Today we're making these delicious orange cupcakes that are super easy to bake because you don't even need a mixer. We're just going to mix simple ingredients together and bake. To get started, in a large bowl, add 1/3 cup or 75 grams of unsalted room temperature butter. Pop it in the microwave to melt for 30 to 40 seconds. We don't need to overheat it. Next, let's add 1/2 cup or 100 grams of granulated sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 2 large eggs. We're also adding 3 tablespoons or 45 grams of freshly squeezed orange juice without any added sugar or water. And the zest of 1 orange, making sure you only scrape the superficial colored layer. We want to avoid that white part completely so it doesn't leave any bitter taste. Let's mix these ingredients together with a whisk until they're well combined. Now, we're going to sift right over this mixture 3/4 cup or 90 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon or 4 grams of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. Mix gently with your whisk only until the flour disappears. Don't overmix or beat the batter. Here's an important tip. We aren't using whipped eggs or creamed butter to trap air. What makes our cupcakes rise and stay fluffy is the baking powder. So, it's really important that your baking powder is fresh and active. In the description of this video, I'll leave a quick tip on how to check if your baking powder is still good to use. Place 9 paper liners into a muffin pan. Let's fill these liners a little less than halfway. They'll rise a bit, and we also want to leave some space to add our topping later. Bake them in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for about 12 to 15 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. The time can vary a bit depending on your oven. Then we'll transfer these little cakes to a wire rack and let them cool down to room temperature. To make the topping, let's add to a saucepan 1 1/4 cups or 300 grams of pure, freshly squeezed orange juice with no added water. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of sugar here, but I recommend tasting it first. Depending on how tart your oranges are, you might want to add a bit more sugar. Finally, let's add 1/3 cup or 35 grams of cornstarch. While the stove is still off, just stir until the cornstarch dissolves completely. Now let's turn the heat to medium and stir constantly, making sure to scrape the bottom and sides of the pan. See how it's starting to thicken and bubble? Let's lower the heat a little bit and stir for 1 more minute so it cooks through. If you want, you can add a few drops of orange food coloring to match the flavor of our cake. But that's totally optional. We need to spread this topping over the cupcakes immediately before it starts to set. It begins to firm up as it cools, so it's best to add it right away. Decorate with some sprinkles. I'm using white sprinkles today, but you can use colorful ones or even white chocolate shavings to make them look pretty. If you don't eat them all on the same day, you can store these cupcakes in the fridge for up to 3 days. I recommend taking them out 20 to 30 minutes before serving so they come to room temperature and get nice and soft again. If you liked this easy dessert, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more simple recipes. See you next time!